Oh, wow. Hello! As soon as I was about to unmute the mic, Pep started talking. Now. Oh, hi! You gotta be louder than that, sweetie. Hello! Good evening, Zon. Good evening, Ranger. Good evening, everybody. We're starting a little later than usual, but that is a-okay. Oops, hold on. Jambola, hello! I am coming to you. Well, not from a new room, but it feels like a new room. I got a nice new lamp. It's like a 3-tiered shelf, and at the top it's like a lantern style light. Like think like the paper lanterns, like the square box ones. So the lighting's very nice. New lamp, yeah. Cause I have like a desk lamp, but the bulb in it is too efficient. It's like an LED lamp, and they're like, you'll never have to change the bulb. Yeah, except the thing is frickin' blinding. Like if I have it actually pointed in my general direction, it's like that meme where you see like the baby being vaporized. That's what it felt like. So literally, it's like when I would turn on the lamp, I would have it pointing away from me. So it didn't really do that much. Now we've got a lamp where the light comes out of all 4 sides. So it's nice and diffused. And also very bright and beautiful. We love it. Like I was posting on Twitter, it's nice. It feels like a new room because of all the light, but now because everything is so nicely lit, I've noticed all the dust in the corners that I missed. I'm like, ooh. The dust in my room gets particularly gnarly because I'm close to the cat's litter box, so of course they drag like litter and stuff with them. And so there's like little rocks in every nook and cranny. Amassed a nice little pile when I was sweeping up Baby Bean vaporized. Poor Baby Bean. Baby Bean was just doing their own thing and then totally off topic. I had Firefox open and I had opened a new tab to check Twitter very quickly before we started, and I saw Bed Bath & Beyond relaunching with First Store. I'm like, then what's the point in filing for bankruptcy if we just come back from the dead? Through its new owners and licensees. Ah, I see. I guess if you're rich and famous, bankruptcy is just a way to ignore all your debt. But yeah. How's my day so far? Day was decent. Nothing particularly exciting. I bought cold medicine today because Ace, Yuna's partner who was with us on the weekend, has come down with a proper cold. And I feel a little tickle in my throat, so I'm like, I'm just gonna assume I'm already sick and try and cut this off at the pass. So if you hear rustling, that's the halls. Let's see, what else was there today? Yeah, I guess that's about it. It was a Friday, so the apothecary is always slow on a Friday. People are like, I did so much work today. I'm like, you work on a Friday? Like, you do more than just show up and warm your seat on a Friday? That's crazy. So, oh my god. So, the way, the apothecary has broken us up into teams, and so I have a team lead now instead of just a manager. Now I have a team lead and a manager. She was like, oh, for this case, like, they'll have to do a customer service call, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, tell them to call the contact center. And she's like, no, you have to call them. And I just go, oh. And I just left it at that. Like, I really don't want to call them. I don't really want to call anybody. Like, why? Why do I need to call them? Because they suck at explaining things in emails. They're like, hey, our documents are wrong. And we're like, hey, you didn't submit the right stuff to begin with. So if any Moonbeam wants to make phone calls for me, I can give you $5. Which, once you convert from Canadian to your local currency, is probably about $2. What happened? Oh, you blinked. I was talking about how there's a case at the apothecary where our client, where the client, like, reactivated their case going, hey, our documents are wrong. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. I just sent you guys the invoice. But now my team lead's like, can you call them, Diana? And I'm like, no. So yeah, if anyone wants to call on my behalf, I can give you $5. Jumbo, I'm sure I can pass for being you. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, to be fair, when we send emails, we don't sign them with our names. Like, we sign them like, you know, the apothecary tea. So, I mean, like, internally, they know this case is, the managers know this case is being handled by Diana, but the client has no idea who's touched their file. So if there's someone calls them and the voice is different, whatever. If all goes wrong, just bow bow. Honestly, bow bow. Bow bow saves the world. God, it's been 2 years of Fuamoko. That's crazy. Feels like they've been around forever, and also it feels like they just debuted yesterday. They fundamentally rewired our brains. Oh yeah, and if y'all have been paying attention in the Discord, you will see United Fight will be interesting next month in Grand Blue because I'm joining Irias's crew. If you're out there lurking, Irias, thank you. after things finally got awkward enough in my old crew, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna jump ship. And the only reason I say things will be interesting next time is because my old crew was B tier. Edias's crew is A tier, I believe. So it's gonna be, the numbers are gonna be higher. But it's still gonna be the same old DD playing the same. It's just I might actually win sometimes. Oh yeah, also, I don't think I talked about this. Granblue is doing a Hunter x Hunter collab right now. Gon and Killua are playable characters now. So is Kurapika and Crollo. My mind's kind of blown. Yeah. Iduna and I were trying to guess what element the characters would be. Gon, we guessed would be Earth, which he is. We didn't expect Killua to be Wind, though, and I'm like, but he's lightning. He's lightning. All the lightning themed characters are light element in this game. Why is he wind? I guess because it's like set around Greed Island, and he hadn't actually started using electricity yet. Like they have him using his weighted yo-yo things. I'm like, I guess you could argue that's wind, but Dark would have also been an obvious choice. But whatever, man. Whatever. I don't care. Kurapika's fire, which makes sense as well. Dark would have also made sense for Kurapika to me. The Phantom Troop is in the story, but they're only like a summit you can get in the Gacha collab, which is fine. I mean, I'm just saying if Machi was a playable character, I would have actually spent money, but hey. At least it's not Hisoka. At least it's not Hisoka. Hisoka's there, and it's so funny to see the Granblue characters interacting with them, because they're like, my god, he's a freak. One character's like, excuse me? Why are you doing that? Why are you like this? You know how I said Bella was going to Japan? Yes, Ranger? What's happening now? Uh-oh. You had to drive them to the airport? Oh, no. It was 5 hours! Yikes. Oh, that's not fun. You had to drive them to Japan? I think they had to drive them to the airport. Like the international airport. You're getting to that? Okay. What happened? Speak, boy. Tell us your woes. We're here for you. How do you forget your bags? I assume it was just one bag? Oh my god. I mean, I'm sorry. If that happened to me, I'm like, is it necessary? Like, is it life-saving medication? No? You can buy whatever you need in Japan then. Deal with it. If we are more than like a half an hour, in my experience, if you're more than a half an hour drive away from wherever, you're not getting your stuff. How do you forget 4? Yeah, that's... And this person's going as the translator? Oh, I think they're gonna have a bad time. Maybe they're really good with languages, but if you're that forgetful when going to another country, I feel like you're in for a bad time. That feels like the person who buys the wrong ticket for the Shinkansen or something like that. Or like buys the wrong ticket for the subway and all that stuff. I called you last minute. For me, I have all my bags packed and ready to go in the entryway like an hour before I leave. Like, how do you, again, like 4 bags, how do you load up the car and be like, you got everything? Yeah. And then you're like, oh, wait, hold on. I forgot 4 bags. What, did they just get into the back seat with their wallet and the phone and be like, yeah, that's all I need. This is all I need to go to a foreign country. Why do you need 4 bags? You pack in your house or something? The only thing I can think of is Japan has the culture of giving all your hosts and all your business partners gifts. So, like, if they bought stuff for the trip to give gifts for business relations, that might explain some of the extra bags. I don't know. Imagine flying with luggage. Just swallow everything and spit them out once you land. Okay, Kirby. Oh yeah, that's just crazy. Well, Ranger, the saga of going to Japan seems like it sucks, but maybe you dodged a bullet. If their trip is already off to a start like this, you may have been better off. It was 8 p.m. Oh. Nah, sorry, folks. You're buying. You're paid for the cab. So it was like, what, it would have been a 2-hour drive to the airport, but because you had to turn around, it was 5? Yikes. Yikes. 20 out of 10 do not recommend. Well, as they say, don't fuck with the person who drives you to the airport. Now, not only do they owe you a favor, they owe you their firstborn child as a sacrifice. Alright. While I'm thinking of it, hello. We're gonna do more Ace Attorney today. I've been watching ProZD / Sunwon Cho play through the original trilogy. So I've been craving the attorneys. All right. Danger, high voltage. I never saw one of these in real life. Oh, yeah, that is quite the trek. Pick up the papers. Visas, I guess. Though nowadays, don't they put the visas in your passport? I don't know. I've never had to get a visa. And after all that, you still couldn't go. They better be bringing you back some damn nice souvenirs after all that. Hey, that must be the famous garden outside the warden's office over there. Ah, yes. Warden Lagal mentioned being able to see it from her window on the detention center side. Wish this dumb barbed metal fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard. No, unfortunately not. Given how protective the warden seems of her little bit of earth, I imagine it's to keep riffraff like us out. Oh, to be riffraff. I'm saying that and sending it to her, being like her words. Not mine, you heard her. Bella, sweetheart. After all that, you owe him something nice, okay? Go find some nice Hatsune Miku thing. Or even Undertale or Deltarune. Undertale's really popular in Japan. I'm sure you could find something. Circus show. Who doesn't love a good circus performance, eh? Animal rights activists. If the performance is a good one, it can certainly be entertaining. Man, I'm getting pumped just thinking about it. A chance to escape reality, however brief, can often be a powerful tonic. You got that right? Doesn't it just make you want to hug something? No. Like the circus? Holding a show here right in the shadow of the fence? Why did you have to put Bella and Sweetheart in the same sentence? I'm coaxing her. I'm cajoling her. Come on. You're like the little brother that's like, oh my god, ew, don't talk about her like that. Ew. Holding a show here right in the shadow of the fence that keeps these guys in? Guess the magic of the big top is enough to make them forget that they're in the same boat as the animals. The fence, I suppose I should examine it too. It is part of the facility. I did indeed. Well, we missed a show, but we've still got the stage and all the other stuff to check out. The disrespect to Little Brother? Little brothers are the ones that whine about their siblings dating people. Like, I hate to break it to ya. The older siblings don't give a damn. Chat over, huh? You don't exactly give a guy a lot to work with, Miles. Oh, sorry. It's really something, huh? Wish I still had a tenth of her starry-eyed outlook. I suppose that's because her head seems to be up in the clouds. Right? She's so above it all that no one dares to go against her. I'm older than her, though. It's about the energy. It's not about the age. But she doesn't even need to crack the whip with the animals. The eyes go from starry to steely and suddenly it's sit! Stay! I can think of somebody who very much enjoys cracking the whip. You calling me a child? I mean, you're the person who first joined chat pretending to be Spamton, so I don't know. I certainly thought you were like some random 13-year-old when you were doing that. Trust me, Fender, one crack of her whip and you'll be running for the courthouse doors. Ah, Francisca. I'm sure she'll show up eventually. Regina Berry. If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss. That's right. My dad founded the Berry Big Circus. But he passed away. He was murdered. I'm sorry to hear that. But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's, too. Is it Mo? Is it still Mo? Because at the end of the second game, Mo was talking about stopping being a clown and being the ringmaster. Wow, that's great! Lucky you! I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. Ah, yes. Triloquist. Only animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now. But the Berry Big Circus is getting bigger and better by the day. No one wants to work for Max. Sounds like you guys are really going places. They're getting on well. I'll leave them to it. You're gonna make some food? You guys want some? Of course! I don't even need to ask what you're making. The circus show. Can you tell me about the show? Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story, it's a love story. Isn't that dreamy? Sounds like a regular riot. Let me guess. You? No, silly, that would be Azia. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger. Whatever happened to the food chain? I have 2 tons of chicken, 3 tons of rice, a salad, and chips. Yo, chicken! I should see if my chicken has finished thawing. I put chicken in the fridge on... Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday to start thawing. It has bone in it, so it's like, you know, it takes a while. And obviously Pepsi. No Pepsi for me, but y'all have fun. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance. Whoa, Nelly, I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. And that's not all. There's a love triangle, too. It's so romantic. Girl, you were involved in a love triangle not that long ago. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? So the elephant is the heroine? You get iced tea? Yes, I do like iced tea. Thank you. And, who's the third wheel? Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear a star-crossed lovers apart. Oh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth? It's Simeon, isn't it? Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion? I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu. Nope, it's a sneaky monkey. Ah. That's certainly lowered the stakes. Oh, you mean money, right? Nope, again, the role of the monkey is played by Simeon, of course. I was right. money's far too small to play against Asia and Regent, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Asia and Regent apart. What will become of the fated twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it? Wow, it sure is. So Mr. Saint was more than just the little helper he claims to be. Poor Simeon, it'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore. Well, at least he seems to be valued. Show preparations. Can you tell me more about how you set things up for the performance? Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. Of course he did. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though. A well? If I recall... I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. You should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah. Sounds like something he would do. Weeping all the while. He was going back and forth between the yard here and some workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage. But he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that. The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess that confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A. Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Edward knows how to get things done. And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? You thought Phoenix Wright was in Persona 5? Really? How come, if you don't mind me asking? Regina Cupcake! Oh, Warden Lackout! I've simply been dying to sit you down for a chat, you exquisite little thing. Hello. The prison. Do you mind if I ask a little bit about the prison? Oh, not at all. This place is my pride and joy, my home. Sure, it was a prison when I first arrived, and it was awful and utter disgrace. Awful? I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly. No, they probably got treated like garbage. Like, let's be real here. Because you thought Persona 5 was a fully detective game. Oh! Fair enough. Fair enough. I most certainly do not. They're angels. Every one of them. And they always have been. No, it was the ambiance that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me. The animals, if anyone could brighten up the place, it was them. It is nice having them around. Isn't it just... feeling over Portuguese today for no reason? Place your okay. Ah! My darling Frankie is the very picture of rehabilitation. Except when he's rifling through dead man's pockets. Mr. Sawit. We have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's thrown himself into his vocational training and is always the first to volunteer for everything. What? And your other model prisoners don't do that? Oh, of course they do, my dear, of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, let's just say he knows what's good for him. What exactly does she mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy, so do try to be nice to him, won't you? A very good boy? That sounds fake. You're gonna leave stream on while you drift off to sleep? Okay. Have a good sleep. Loud, soaring music, great leaping animals, the Berry Big Circus has it all. and everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month. Really? In that case, let me see. She'd better not be thinking of something to confess to. This month's show, is it always this monthly show, is it always performed by the Berry Big Circus? But of course, sweetie, I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar. She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Why are you kissing the fox? And she's so adorable, so sweet. I could just gobble her right up. You're not lying when you say you're her biggest fan, huh? Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simeon, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina will be devastated. So you simply must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. I'm begging you. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you just let me know. Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, and you in particular, my princess, were simply divine. That's so nice of you. I hope everybody else who watched enjoyed it too. About that, dear, I'm afraid I have something awful to confess. There were some absences, you see. She must be talking about Canis and saw it. We were 3 members short. 3? Who's 3? Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show? That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3 no-shows. And I always make sure there are enough seats for everybody. But, Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it? Indeed, as far as we were aware. Mr. Canis and Mr. Sod were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who is the 3rd missing prisoner? And what were they doing? It seems we need to investigate further. Oh! I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much I almost forgot. I must feed the little one. Little one? Yikes! Oh! Alligator! You're looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweetheart. Aw, she's so pretty, and what a cute name. Yes, Allie the alligator. Isn't she a darling? She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are. I'm so jealous. Can I pet her? Of course, princess, of course. Boy, howdy, these two were made for one another. They look like they'll be busy for a while. Maybe we should, go back inside and check the cells? Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue as to who our third missing prisoner might be. March 28th, 4:02 p.m. Sir! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Whew, I finally caught up with you. Hey, Gumshoe! Detective, you're not needed elsewhere? No, the judge and the kid aren't here yet. Oh, and I got your message. So you searched the victim's cell? Did you manage to turn anything up? We struck gold, sir. Well, blood anyway. It was right there on the floor. Only in tiny specks, though, but at least it's something. Yeah, it proves the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right? I mean, he could have just cut himself shaving. Assuming they gave him a razor. Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet. I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. I asked forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches the victims. They're on it as we speak. Nice work, Gummy. You thought of everything. Wow, that's rude. Detective, I must say, I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Gee, don't look so surprised, sir. Alrighty, so that's proof the murder happened in the detention center. And for our next trick... we'll find out how that dog got over there. Don't worry, you can leave that to me. Until that kid and his chaperone get here, we've got the whole prison to ourselves. Which is why I brought my secret weapon along. A secret weapon? That's right, a few tools of the trade that have helped me, bust more than a few cases open. Behold, the severed secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, ace detective extraordinaire. Oh no. Houston, we may have a problem. Well, I don't know about you crazy cats, but I'm sold. Miles? Very well, detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. You got it, sir. Let me run you through the list. Secret weapon number 1, my trusty old metal detector, of course. Which means Missile is gonna be part of the secret weapons, I'm sure. It's made of steel, silver, or scrap. This little guy, if it's made of steel, silver, or scrap, this little guy here will find it. So it detects metal. Very good, detective. Next up, secret weapon number 2, Missile! Of course. Of course Missile is here. For y'all who don't know, Missile is Shu Takumi, the producer / director's doggo. Everyone's favorite crime-fighting canine. He can track pretty much any scent you put in front of him, especially food. He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Canis's dog. And now for secret weapon number 3. Where did I put it? Aha! Am I one snapper short of a school, or is that a fishing rod? Don't tell me we're going fishing for clues. No, I mean, I just happen to have it with me is all. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, detective. Let's see what else you have. That's all she wrote, sir. Got me! You're 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod. Sorry, but that's all for today, okay? I'll show you the rest next time. Why do you think I call him secret? God can't just go sharing everything at once. That's crazy. In that case, then I suppose the 3 you've deigned to reveal to us will have to do for now. Alright, which one do you want to try, sir? Missile. You got it, sir. Hey, Missile! Here, boy! Bow, bow! Oh, he really came. It's Missile the Shiba Inu. So, what are we tracking? We're trying to find out how Mr. Canis's dog got to the holding cells in the first place. I suspect the same route was used to bring Knight's body back to the prison. So we give the pooch a sniff of the body, and he'll find that route for us. Does anyone else smell something sweet? All I smell is the odor of blood. It's faint, sir, but it's there, almost like cake, maybe? Why would the body smell of cake? Okay, Missile, get a noseful. Here we go! Follow that dog! Bow, bow! That's the way too. He's headed for maximum security! Uh-oh, he's going in! Then we'll just have to follow after him. This is Canis's cell, though the man himself is absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room? Do you think Missle's onto something? Shh! Looks like maybe he is. Damn! Look at those teeth! Bow! 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 Is there something here? Let's get snooping, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Canis's chisels. Everyone a potential murder weapon. Huh, that reminds me of something. The furrows in your brow. When you frown, it looks like somebody took a chisel to your forehead. I have no idea what you mean. See, they're so deep. Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Wood Carving Face. Have you quite finished? Mr. Canis's chess set complete with his special dog piece. That's not a chess set, that's a whole chess table with legs. Looks like it might be worth something, too. It's not inconceivable, some of them are, and this is quite a nice one. I would have never pegged Mr. Canis as a chess fan, though. What with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going on, I thought he'd be more into Go, or Shogi. Go, huh? Can you play? I can play Go Fish! Not the same thing, Kay. Not even close. Tea and rice crackers. Mr. Canis clearly doesn't lack for comforts. I could think of worse ways to spend my time in jail than drinking tea and playing chess. I thought this was maximum security, not maximum comfort. How come nobody else gets the special treatment? Complaining to me isn't going to help. Perhaps you could take it up with the man himself? What could possibly go wrong? Yikes! No thanks. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, that chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others. I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch regardless of the job? An all-purpose pocket chisel. Makes sense. Always nice when your tools are useful and easy to carry. Is that your opinion as a thief? Nope. It's my opinion as a great thief. I walked into that one. What's the matter, boy? Wait. Is this cake what you were after? Oh, boy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Down, boy. Stop that. No, you can't have it. Dogs can't eat chocolate. You know that. If you won't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself. Not bad. That's some real outside the chocolate box thinking there. Not sure everybody agrees, though. Gummy! I wanted some. Dare any of you both to assume the food in a prison is safe to eat? Well, daring or dumb. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. So anyway, it looks like it really was cake Missile was tracking. Talk about a waste of time. I suppose we got our just desserts. But the little guy's definitely capable, right? Sure he is. That was just a blip. He'll follow the right scent this time, I promise. Seek, boy! Oh, I think he's on to something. More snacks? Whatever it is, it's in there. Mr. Carceretto's cell. We need to take a look inside. Detective, call the guard. Yes, sir! Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is the prisoner, Mr. Carceretto, still in solitary? No, sir. He came back a little while ago. And he was here for the noon roll call. Guess he must be on work duty someplace. I see. Now if you would be so kind as to open his cell. Yes, sir! Gotta lose 10 pounds? Hard at work, that one. I'm surprised they give the prisoners heaters unusually kind or unusually careless. I wonder if he uses it all year round to help him lose water weight, maybe. Oh. Sheesh. I hope his furry friend can deal with the heat. I'm sure they've learned to sweat things out together by now. This punching bag has certainly seen some use. Hee, what breed were you again, Missile? Sure it wasn't a boxer? Bow, bow, bow! No, Sheba, bow! Heh, no way! No way indeed. Quickly, detective, move the sandbag aside. Yes, sir! Oh my god, there's a hole in the floor. Whoa there, wait, Whistle! I'm going in too! Wait, stop! Sir, I'll go get her! Ah, oof, that's tight. Shouldn't have eaten that cake. He's gone. Well, I'm not going in there. Guess we'll just have to wait. Hello? Kay? Are you alright? You're not gonna believe this, but we're in the detention center. The detention center? That hole, it's a tunnel that leads right into Mr. Knight's cell. What? Don't go anywhere. I'm on the way. Now that's just crazy. Okay, but we did find a hole when we were investigating in here. So where does the tunnel pop out of? Okay! Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth. Guess you could say we made a breakthrough. Quite. At least they came out unscathed, I think. Sir, the floorboards under the bed were torn up. How did no one see that? Literally, how did no one see that? Come on. That is so obvious. So that's how they did it. There's no doubt about it. This must be the route we've been looking for. The corridor connecting the detention center and the prison door is locked down by heavy security doors. But with the help of this tunnel, it can be circumvented. It was a sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be that the scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? A sweet scent can be detected. Incidentally, Mr. Knight's body was covered in dirt. That dirt may have come from being dragged through this tunnel. Hey, what was it like down there? Well, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see a whole lot. Luckily, my camera has a flash, so I took some pictures. Then let's see what you've captured. How very fatal frame. Ah, yes. You digging with the spoons. Spoons? A fork? Guess these was for digging the tunnel. That aside, are those footprints? Paw prints even. From a dog, perhaps? No, I think those are bear prints. I could be wrong, though. I'm no animal expert. This is a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs something of a question. It does? Mr. Carceretto has certainly been making use of this tunnel, which means... Detective, we need to find out where Mr. Carceretto is immediately. If my suspicions are correct... Huh? Oh, nuts! I mean, a guard uniform was stolen earlier, so... The guards were alerted, and they began searching for Mr. Carceretto right away. But after a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found. Yeah, that is about what I figured. Well, have the police been notified? Yes, ma'am. We just finished liaison with them a moment ago. They've set up a cordon around the entire facility. Good. The first blemish on a prison's spotless reputation is always the ugliest. It won't happen again, ma'am. A rather different word in Legale to the one we've seen thus far. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it may have been a little too late. It seems you may have already left the building. I'd say that's unlikely, Warden. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting you simply walked through it. What's to say there was only the one tunnel, sweetie? I suppose that's true. Well, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation? It would be my pleasure. And you three can get back to your posts. Yes, ma'am. Detective? The results of the blood test just came back from the lab. Oh, thanks, pal. Let's see what they have to tell us. They've identified the blood, and it's Mr. Knight's. What a shock! Nice job, everyone. Teamwork makes the dream work, huh? We've got Knight's blood in his holding cell and a tunnel a dog clearly went through. And security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed. We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis has to say for himself. Canis? Oh, darlings, are you sure? Do be careful around him, won't you? He's as well connected from the outside as he is in here. I suppose he would have to be. How else would he be? Would the so-called fixer stay in business? The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. So that's what all that was about. Still not talking, ma'am? Even with the evidence you borrowed for the precinct? No. I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I guess the killer friar was always going to be a tough nut to crack. You borrowed evidence for the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. A prison warden conducting interrogations herself? That's irregular, to say the least. Let your guard down and he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. You've been warned. Woo-wee! And here I thought things couldn't get any spicier. It's a real party in front of this cell. Literally everybody's here. Judge Gaval, I didn't expect to find you here. We have been conducting inquiries, which, given that we are in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is that you are still here, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you that your badge was at risk should our paths cross again, and yet, here you are. I am sorry that you thought I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. But I am not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. I am here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourself should have uncovered. You have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. I promised I would be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am. This should be amusing. Very well, whenever you are ready. Objection! Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact. Ooh, of course, I'm sure. Indeed, we are now more certain than ever that Simeon Saint was the murderer. Yeah, that seems fake. Dun dun. And that only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. Incorrect. We shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of the doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebuke our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance. What? You mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation. Not at all. If anything, I am showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case. It never was, and I am under no obligation to hear him out. If he is prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk to put your beloved badge on the line? Mr. Edgeworth? Sir? I accept your terms. I am confident of my reasoning. And what's more, I am representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co. And I do not intend to besmirch its name, considering it's my own. My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well. Let us see whether you are brave or simply reckless. By the power vested in me by the almighty goddess of justice, let this judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me. Fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel. How Knight wound up in the prison proper. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume? We were literally there. He assaulted... Oh, no, not that incident. Another incident, then. He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Later, in the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit. That's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen. He slipped into the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled to one of the prison workshops. It figures she was going to bring up Mr. Saint going to Knight's cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look at it ourselves. Perhaps you would like to see what we found? This is a still from the footage we received. Guess who? Hi, Ranger! Mr. Saint speaking with Knight at his cell. Correct. You will also notice that he has positioned the camera in such a way to obscure the camera's view. It is this blind spot that Mr. Knight exploited in order to enter the cage undetected. How's the gaming? The gaming's going good. We're moving forward, getting closer to solving this case. A sound deduction based on what can be observed, wouldn't you say? a blind spot, which means that the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight entered the cage if he did at all. Thank you for the care package! So it's still possible that he didn't actually leave his cell at this point. I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide in the cage? There is really only one possibility. He intended to escape. A prison break? That's so cool! Mr. Carceretto, Mr. Knight, everybody's doing it. I have to step up my game. Okay. Now is really not the time. Mr. Carceretto's escape is no laughing matter. It is my belief that Mr. Saint helped Mr. Knight with his escape. That is to say, he was his accomplice. Wow, go Simeon. That wasn't a compliment! I understand that the cage was briefly taken to one of the workshops. I imagine that had things gone to plan, Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show, and then removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus's equipment. Unfortunately for Mr. Knight, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. Judge Gaval's argument seems reasonable, but there must be a fault in her logic somewhere, and I'm going to find it. Alright. Later in the moon, blah 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 blah. Okay, but did he actually steal the keys, though? We don't have proof of that. No one could find the keys. Oh, whoops. No, that's the wrong button. Q! Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the guard he assaulted regains consciousness, I am sure he will confirm our suspicions. I wouldn't be so sure. Perhaps I should press her. Sure. Sorry, but I believe there is a flaw in your reasoning. If Knight had the keys, there was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. Why wait for Mr. Saint? There was no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed most likely to succeed. He stole the keys and hid them somewhere, then waited for an opportune moment to present itself. He hid the keys? Where, up his butthole? I am afraid you might have made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. But Knight wasn't hiding any keys. That has already been proven. And this is a piece of evidence that proves it. The keys? Oh, I guess if he had the keys on him, they would have recovered them. Since, you know, he's dead and all. Since you already know about the incident, I assume you must already know this, but... After the assault, the guards searched both Knight and his cell, and no keys were found. And if the whereabouts of the keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I have considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it's such an issue. I still believe he had them. After all, the guards only stated that they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chess set. Huh. Knight's chess set. The same set in which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden? Was it? I can't help but wonder about that. What? But you're the one who proposed it. Actually, if you recall, that was Eustace's assertion. Boy has been thrown to the wolves. So the two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chess set. When Mr. Saint, their names are too similar for my brain for some reason. When Mr. Saint came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open his cell and climbed inside the cage. He was then moved from his holding cell to that workshop in the prison proper. All with the help of his friend and accomplice. Had things gone according to plan, he would have been taken out of the facility after the show. But they did not. Instead, his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard. How? He was on stage! But Mr. Saint was part of the performance! How would he even have had time to commit the murder? Overruled. How indeed? Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performances follow a set narrative. I mean, okay. Where are we going with this? Yesterday's show was one such example. She's done her homework, I see. The suspect played the role of the antagonist opposite the elephantine heroine of the show. In the latter part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage by the heroine. He's sent flying by the elephant? Isn't that dangerous? Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, that's more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say? Committing the crime and returning to the stage in that short 15-minute window is only possible, assuming that the murder took place in the prison proper. But in fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you I would not accept that part of the security footage into evidence. Woman just does whatever the heck she wants. And you won't have to. I have proof of a different kind. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have that the murder took place in the victim's holding cell? Floor blood. Take that. This appears to be a photograph of a floor. Almighty goddess of justice, grant me patience. The floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it. Traces, you say? Is this evidence really reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensic operatives. Heh, I have my resources. A blunt instrument, you might say. But a reliable one. Gumshoe's a blunt instrument. The detective. How very unfortunate for him. Perhaps before you decided to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police. Oh no, Gummy's badge is on the line too! Forgive me, detective! I didn't mean to put you at risk as well. Big rip. I will enter the fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However... Objection! Are we talking to you? Twerp? No, we're not. Stop. Go away! Yeah, bad luck, idiots. You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless. Mr. Winner, I'd forgotten you were there. It was nice while it lasted. I just butted in to tell you that your entire argument is one big inconsistency. You showed us camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in his cell. Well, that wasn't quite what it was, but you know. Are you saying the mud also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Uh-oh. What other tricks can it do, huh? A blood-wiping dog? You're a joke! You'd have wiped that blood up, wouldn't you, boy? Yes, Elma. Yes, you would. What? That was one of the tricks I taught him before our work together was so rudely cut short. No way. He's a very tiny boy, you know, never misses a drop. It wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all. Saved by an assassin of all people. Jeez Louise, you could have just taught the little guy to shake hands. Oh, he does that marvelously too. Although the way I taught him to do it is somewhat unorthodox. First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand, and then... La 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 la, I'm not listening! I see. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems you may have gathered some evidence worth considering. Your understanding is much appreciated. Shut up! Wait, I'm not done yet. I just thought of something else. Overruled. Oh boy, somebody's taking no prisoners. Eustace, would you be so kind as to allow me? All yours, Gavel? Well, do you accept the truth now? The crime took place in Knight's holding cell, and the assassin's dog was the killer. My position is the same as it was yesterday. Until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center, I cannot accept your theory into evidence. Well, luckily for us, there's a tunnel. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Anyone remember Avatar: The Last Airbender? Secret tunnel! He moved through the secret tunnel. This is... It's a secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison. Whoa, whoa, what? It was dug by one Mr. Rocco Carceretto, escapee. It leads from his prison cell to a certain holding cell in the detention center. I'm assuming Knight just got really unlucky and got the cell that they were, tunneling through. Well, this is certainly a surprise to think that it was beneath our feet this entire time. Mr. Canis, you knew of this tunnel, didn't you? Because it's the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder. In the name of the goddess of justice, overruled, Mr. Edgeworth. You are out of line.
Hold it.
How so, Your Honor?
Overruled.
Evidence is everything, whether in a court of law or at the scene of an investigation. Is it that your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. The autopsy report! Took so long to finally see this thing. When did we get that? How do you not know you had it? The police handed it to me only a short while ago. The findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell us nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. Cause of death, stab wound to the throat. And the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. It seems the victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. Oh, wow. That's pretty personal. As such, the police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon. But its overall nature seems to be beyond question. It is a bladed metal instrument. In light of this evidence, do you truly wish to continue with your flight of fancy? Or will you now claim that the dog used a knife instead? Hey, I mean, Koromaru can do it. Rapide can do it. Why not this dog? That will be all. The court is adjourned.
Objection.
But the tunnel, the paw prints. One of them, Helmut, is somewhat out of wanderer. Perhaps he just happened to cross this tunnel one day. Although I couldn't say for certain. I myself cannot wander quite so freely. Huh, that would be quite a coincidence. But I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? Kinda wish she'd kicked us in the teeth with that earlier. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. And I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. You are the lead attorney for the defense, correct, Mr. Fender? This is the interim autopsy report in question. I do apologize for the delay. Yeah, no sweat. Thanks for hooking us up. Just the cause of death was a stab wound to the neck inflicted by a sharp blade. Death was instantaneous. Woof. Yep, this all checks out. Yep. Mr. Fender. A handshake is not necessary when receiving official court documents, you know. So please feel free to let go of my hand. It's not a holy relic after all. Was just trying to be friendly, Your Honor. Had you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel. All right, I got it. Nice work, Cavell. Just like we planned it. I did only as you instructed, Eustace, but thank you. Huh. This report came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But if the dog didn't kill Knight, then that takes Canis out of the running. The goddess of justice speaks to me, Mr. Edgeworth, and she is merciful. She tells me that you might yet keep your badge if you will finally abandon this fruitless quest. What's our move, sir? I think she really means it this time. What do you think, detective? My answer remains the same, Judge Cavell. I will see my duty done, and I will not be intimidated. Even with how things stand, you still refuse to concede. Yeah, he's just like that, you know? This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread. Then, let it fall if it must. I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client. The goddess of justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept yet another offer of mercy. Attaboy, Miles. That's what I like to see. Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit to your old man, though. He's the one who said it first. My father? And in fact, I could swear I saw Gregory's spirit in you for a second there. You said you've changed since your days in Vard Karma's shadow. I didn't believe you at first. But I'm starting to. Thank you, Fender. Alright, kids. This is where the rubber really hits the road. Put your thicky caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true that Knight was offed by a bladed weapon, does our whole case really fall apart? A bladed weapon? Of course! There were 5 chisels in Canis' cell when we last looked. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with a tool like that. In which case, the weapon that killed Mr. Knight was... Have you quite finished? It would be in your best interest to consider... Evidence is everything. It may well be my little catchphrase, but it's also true. And so, the murder weapon was a sharp blade? Then where is it? The guards didn't find it. Why can't you let this go? So what if they did find it? What are you driving at? What if I were to tell you that I now know what the real murder weapon was? And it was right under our noses the whole time. Indeed. It was one of Mr. Canis' chisels. What? I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible, half-baked theories, Mr. Edgeworth. You have repeatedly insisted that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell. By a dog? I simply go where the evidence takes me. Fourth in the courtroom. And at the scene of a crime. If the murder weapon was in fact a chisel, then yes, the murderer could not have been the dog. But that begs the question of what exactly it was we saw in the security footage. Oh yeah, the security village. How do you... Village? Footage. How do you explain that, Mr. Smarty Pants? An excellent question. The footage shows... the dog jumping on somebody. Mr. Canis' dog jumping up at Knight. The dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. He didn't? No, he was merely knocked out. The dog didn't drag a corpse through the tunnel. He dragged an alive but unconscious Knight. The real killer was the dog's master. Ooh, I get it! By bringing Knight here, Mr. Canis could finish the job. And he could definitely use one of his chisels to do it. Correct. You, Budhidden Hada Canis, you're the only one who could have done it.
Objection!
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you ever get this on your report card? Where's this going? Refuses to listen, must learn to respect others. Are you asking me or confessing to what's on yours? We already searched Mr. Canis' cell from top to bottom, right, Gavel? Yes, we even inspected his chisels. All 4 of them. 4, huh? We saw 5, though. There wasn't a single speck of blood. Why, thank you, Your Honor. You have just confirmed my theory. I have? What exactly do you mean? The last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4. Oh yeah, I remember counting them. Definitely 5. And the one that's missing is... the small one. The one we thought might be a pocket chisel. Mr. Canis? Where did you hide that chisel? A pocket chisel? And what use might I have for such a thing, I am rarely allowed to leave my cell. In which case, he shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. Heh, you've dug your own grave, Mr. Canis. You seem to have an idea of where the missing chisel might be, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you enlighten us? Where is it? It is in maximum security still. Mr. Canis is still a prisoner despite the comfort he enjoys. He is rarely allowed out of his cell. He could have given the chisel to his dog to leave somewhere, but that would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up. Intriguing. Do go on. Furthermore, this room is the one place where a bladed instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels, who's counting? A fact he took full advantage of. Ah, the old keep the incriminating evidence close routine. Classic. But I looked. I searched the whole cell myself, and there's just nowhere he could have hidden it. I am certain that the murder weapon is here. And the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner. Do enlighten us, Mr. Edgeworth. What was my ingenious plan? Think, Miles. There must be a hidden spot he can make a use of. Think about when you came here previously. What are you missing? Let's get out of here! The dog! He hasn't made a sound today! When we were here, he barked and growled repeatedly. Canis even encouraged him to do so. That must be it. I knew something was off. I can hardly believe it, but I think I know where he hid the murder weapon. In the dog? Giving up already? I expected more of you, Mr. Edgeworth. As well you should. If you would give me a moment. For this piece of evidence shows where you hid the murder weapon. Bow bow. Your dog, he seems unusually quiet today. Mr. Canis, if you would be so kind as to open Helmut's mouth. Oh, come now. He hasn't barked because he is a well-behaved boy. I had to order him to last time. Then ordered him again this instant. It's not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Canis. Or do you have something to hide? If you insist. Come on, Helmut. Open up. And there we have it. A chisel that small was easy to hide in a dog that's... Oh, what? A chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog? I thought he'd been strangely quiet. I guess his brain has finally caught up. Rip. Eustace. Why don't you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell them it's urgent. Ah, okay. Ooh, yep, there we go. Not such a half-baked theory after all, was it? Alright, so we're all on the same page here. This is a murder weapon, yeah? The forensics evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to concede that this is most likely the case. Mr. Canis, in light of the discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself. We found the route your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one? You never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth. Why does he always laugh like that? Even when it's not funny? Poor Helmut, how could they suspect us, You leave me little choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. I did not kill anyone. I have grown tired of killing. Very well. Then we will hear Mr. Canis' testimony. If you would be so kind. Gladly. Alright. Let us say, since I started late, I wanted to go late. But I'm already pretty tired. If I'm coming down with a cold, I should take it easy. Let's see here. Save. We're getting closer, though. The cases in this game in particular feel so long. I swear they're not this long in the main series, but maybe it's because in the main series, everything's split between investigations and the courtroom. So it feels shorter because there's more stuff going on. I don't know. All right. So let me see what's on the schedule, because depending on what it is, I might have to change it if my voice is getting a little cooked from getting sick. No. Oh, God, we're going back to Danganronpa. Ah, yes. Gonna have to speed run through the beginning of that trial because my controller bugged out. Boo! I'll be fine. We can do it! We can do it if we try. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Save game one last time. And let's see who I can send you guys to. Trade. Oh my God, Revity's playing Paper Mario. Ah! I might go chill in Revity's chat, but since we raided her recently, let's switch this up. We will go see Hime. Hime's playing Peak. Alright, so here is raid. And here is Discord. If we've got any lurkers who want to join us when we're not streaming. I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST for some Danganronpa, unless I get really, really, really sick. But I should be okay. Alrighty, folks. That is gonna be it for me. If you're already asleep, I hope you have a good sleep. If it's daytime where you are, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime and you're not asleep yet, I hope you have a good rest when you finally go off to bed. Until next time, take care of yourself, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat a good food. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!